Okay. Once more onto the breach of potential death. Actually, hold on. Hold on. How many? 50? Okay. Okay, not okay, it's just... This is more annoying. The Conite merchant grins when they see you coming. An unlicensed foreign captain, they'll pick a price and triple it. The round of coal. Where does the Conite even find its fuel? So far from how the lumps of coal have a swimming blue-green sheen. Supplies, probably should bring myself up to 7. They watch you carry armfuls of brown paper packages past the canals back to your ship. They know you're skipping the edge of the law. Either they don't care enough to stop you, or they're having too much fun watching you carry all that smoked fish. Foreigners are permitted to buy food in the copper quarter, but only poor quality in small quantities. And so you go from street vendor to street vendor, trying to purchase enough soggy smoked fish to feed your crew. Okay, let's go for the port report. Failed. Shit. Yeah, let's just purchase fuel. Until... How many do I have? 16? Yeah, I got enough. Screw messing with that menu. Real tempted to press F right now. And go max speed. Yeah, I know. But getting too close would trigger that guy, which... I'm at, journal, learnings about, maybe... Oh, the health cat's excellent. Hold on, where's the, Listen, the whole Mutton Island's, like, not there, it's there. So I'm hoping, because I am a cheater cheat, the Cat Island can be anywhere in, like, that. The principles of coral, the corpse rainbow glow from beneath the waves, echo the false stars above. Yeah, it's like in this area. That is unfortunate. I can't stop there. But alas, I must go on. Mr. Sack demands it. But I shall make my way back up there, because I need to go to Polytheme afterwards. Oh, massive shroom is here. Interesting, interesting. Did I really not get the discovery bonus there? That's kind of annoying. Oh well, another thing can stop it on the way. Actually, no. I looked up how, Okay, well, there's no way this was not going to be nice, since it's either go all the way back there to Mutton Island and then there, because that's where the quest ends. There it is. Ow. Shops. Let's see. Fuel. Wonderful. Oh. I'll sell one for supply. For Cavendish, a scattered of yellow lit honey dens and brightly painted alehouses. To the southeast rises the stone tower of Cavendish Abbey, its ramparts hung with crimson and gold banners. There are sailors from all across the Neath, hauling cargo, dicing and brawling good naturally on the docks. The air carries the sounds of she shanties sung with more enthusiasm than skill, and the smell of a rose edged with brimstone. Okay. Hold on, let me, it's probably good like that, but I don't know. Okay, First off, port report. Compile a port report. The Isle seems at present beyond the reach of the Admiralty's laws. That does not mean that the Admiralty lacks interest in their activities. Roses and kings. You spend half a day observing the docks and note an astonishing number and variety of ships. Was that a... Sorry. Conide trimaran nestled beside a vessel from the Iron Republic. The dockhands complain loudly that they have never been busier. The caddies talk ceaselessly and carelessly about smuggling and piracy, but even the most hardened sailors lower their voices when they mention the king. They go even quieter when they talk about the Rose Garden. You make careful notes. Perhaps the Admiralty will understand what they mean, even if you don't. Okay, delivery from Mr. Sachs. The Pirate King will have contacts with the gracious widow. Caught in the middle. King Leopold examines the small jeweled board with care and a measure of delight. I do not want to know how you came by this. Should anyone ask, you did not. We shall return it to the owner, yes. Such fine craftsmanship, a true one-of-a-kind creation. He cradles it for a moment and snaps off the head. Deliver this to the widow, he orders, throwing it to his least fortunate smuggler. We have unfavorable deals to renegotiate. Okay. Help Maybe's daughter search for her mother. She comes here, I know. She's always been fond of cats. Well, my father was something of a cat, and a very noble one at that. No luck. But oh dear me, do you know someone picked my pocket? She chuckles happily. I've never noticed a thing. Fingers like spiders' hatchlings. She rolls a coin between her fingers, so I tracked him down and congratulated him, and bought him a drink. And one thing led to another, and now he's asleep upstairs at the Rose and Tiger. And I'm down here with his purse. Would you like some money? It's so much fun, money. You begin to realize how drunk she must be. Anyway, no luck. We'll find her. I can find anyone, she tries, and fails to snap her fingers. Okay, let's go with the practical weapon. Welcome. Welcome to the Isle of Cats, the wide-eyed dockmaster says brightly. Would you like to bribe me not to write down your details in this nice official ledger? You hand over the coins, and she tips you a sharp smile before waving you to the nearest alehouse. The entire process is straightforwardly corrupt and pleasingly efficient. The alehouse's sign is a tiger painted the color of rose petals. Someone has gone to great trouble and expense to gild the creature's eyes. They look out over the port, frail and unseeing. A caged hive of lamplighter bees hangs from the ceiling like a chandelier. A few sailors give you hard-mouthed, assessing looks, but most ignore your presence entirely. Significant tokens. The caddies all wear a pair of amber stones threaded around their necks or pinned to their collars. Cat's eyes, one of them says, for the Pirate King. As far as you can gather, the Pirate's King name is Leopold, and he controls all the trade on the island. Half of the caddies believe that he can take the form of a crimson tiger and creep into their dreams. The other half suspects more prospectively that he simply eats those who displease him. Clandestine doings. A whispered conversation, the clink of coins in exchange of goods. The merest taste. You turn your head as though you are admiring one of the moldering draperies hung from the wall. A vial flashes in the buyer's trembling hands. He uncorks it and pours a few drops of thick red liquid down his throat. The vial drops to the floor. When you look back up, he's gone. You blink and look around. Nobody else seems in the least perturbed that a man disappeared from their midst. You pick up the fallen vial and examine the traces left inside. Sticky honey gleaming with the redness entirely unlike blood. Religious observances? Is that crimson-veiled nun? But what sort of nun would be in a place like this? A malfarious sister, of course, she responds, performing a complicated negotiation between veil, thick glove, and glass of mushroom wine. You ask what one of those is, and she snorts. I'm glaring at you underneath this blooming veil. You act appropriately cowed, and the malfarious sister thaws a little. We are beekeepers and honey harvesters. The caddies owe their prosperity to us, and the Pirate King too. She slurps the last of the mushroom wine behind her veil, and the barkeep glides over to refill her glass, eyes respectively downclassed. Leave the alehouse. There must be more of the Isle of Cats than drunken sots and Z stories. Laws of the land. The barkeep stops you before you reach the door and hands you a brooch set with 2 amber stones. He waits impassively until you pin it to your clothes. Everybody wears the cat's eyes here, he tells you, moving aside to let you pass. Just a friendly reminder that the Pirate King is watching. It seems that no place then is truly lawless. Honey ton, cabbage stabby, buyer ship me a red honey, a gifted glass. Sell sunlight. Oh. Okay. Highly profitable if you have no principles. I'm honestly surprised. Oh wait, drowning pills are also there? I remember getting that. Oh well. That just means full inventory. Okay. The Honey Tongue. It is both brothel and honey den, run by someone in the caddies referred to as the King's Claw. Cavendish Abbey. The crimson-clad Memphis sisters patrol its ramparts and tend their hives of lamplighter bees. Probably the actual less shady sort, but the Malfarious sisters make their home in the richly appointed stone tower of Cavendish Abbey. Their thick gloves and crimson meshes helmets are worn, less for modesty and more for practicality. They tend the hives of the lamplighter bees all across the isle, and make a religious observance of harvesting red honey for the Pirate King. Your actions will attract the Pirate King's notice. You need 5 times Pirate King's notice to gain an offer from a patron. Okay. Gossip with a no less. She could, she tells you earnestly, really use a lamentable relic. Best not to ask her what for. Okay. Fuel for the beast smokers. The sister who tends the smokers is the talkative sort. The sister tells you that the Pirate King went to the Abbey Rock 50 years ago and asked the abbess to send some of her novices to Port Cavendish. You ask why, and she shakes her head. The better question is, why did the abbess send her precious novice to a place like this? You suggest a heavy bribe, or perhaps coercion. The sister cackles harshly. The Sisters of the Rock respect strength of arms, which is, of course, the Pirate King knew only too well. He challenged the abbess to a duel and won. She didn't have much choice then. She cackles again. Ask our abbess if you don't believe me. She was one of those very novices sent across the sea. Okay. A meeting with the abbess. She is always interested in news from London. You recite your news to the abbess, your voice stuttering every now and then in the cool silence of her office. Her face is entirely obscured by her thick veil, and it's impossible to read her reactions. Nonetheless, she must have pleased her. She orders one of her novices to load your ship with caskets of mushroom wine. The abbess overlooks the rose garden, and so you make a point to linger at the windows. The roses bloom lush and wanton, each petal the color of a sunset. A tall woman in a golden veil picks her way between thorned bushes. Okay, I could just do this like twice more to get the 5, but let's go to the honey den and brothel. Entering the brothel is like sliding into the dream of a surface orientalist. Jewel embroidered cushions, bright silk drapes, gilded statues of elephants, sun bears and clouded leopards. Silver censers release curling plumes of rose-scented smoke into the air. The courtesans are red-lipped and coal-smudged. When you catch their eyes, they smile back at you with professional interest. Ask what red honey is. You know, of course, only the particulars may have slipped your mind. One of the nearby courtesans' eyebrows lift infinitesimally, but her reply is practice. When lamplighter bees suck the nectar of a crimson strain of exiled roses, they are driven to madness. They enter the brains of humans and harvest their memories. He shudders as though imagining the process himself. Those memories are instilled in red honey. Each sip is a burst of memory on the tongue. Deliciously awful, isn't it? He flutters his dried feathered fan. I don't have Z stories, but I can do this. A Z captain is weeping gently into a courtesan's bosom, muttering of her lost crew and rose gardens. They're all tending the gardens now, she wails and begins to weep again. My poor crew. You wait for a hitch in the sobs and inquire further. It is a slow, delicate business, drawing answers out of her, but you are nothing but persistent. It seems her crew was conscripted by the Lady of Gardens, and their duties are something far worse than horticulture. You leave her reciting the names of her lost sailors, and commending them to Salt's mercy. Okay, let's go back to the Abbey, I guess. And spend the fuel. Yeah. Okay. The Lady of the Gardens offer. Her name she says, is Zarya. Zarya? Yeah, Zarya, whatever. You should use it. We have not met, have we? No, this is definitely the first time. But, the lady of the cage just shakes her head sharply. Best to proceed as if it's the first, don't you think? A veil of gold mesh obscures only her eyes, leaving her glistening bitten lips bare. Perhaps 100 small keys jingle in a bunch at her left hip. I think we should be friends. I'm very important, you know, or I was. No, still am. She pauses. Yes, I'm quite sure I still am. Accept her offer or refuse it. It's always useful to be friends with important people, even if they're hazy on the subject. Perhaps not for now. Okay, let's just go back with this one. The third delivery. The beast stirs in the hold. Your final assignment awaits. A life that never lived. Mr. Sachs is staring at a small wooden box as you enter the hold. Inside, wrapped in a few pitiful scraps of velvet, is a lock of blonde hair and a set of teeth, carefully polished, barely used. The winter was harsh, the fire went cold. Later, the mother wished to forget a convenient tragedy. Deliver this to Abbott Horizon in the north. Okay. Launch and let's go. Knock knock. Crewman steps into your cabin. His uniform is one of your issue. Those fakes rings no bells. They do blend together after a while. This, however, does not look like a chap who swabs necks or loads cannons. Begging your pardon, Captain. Permit me to introduce myself. Gervaisel, at your service, at least while the poor fellow tied up behind the galley remains regrettably indisposed. Might I trouble you for a brief moment of your time before my escort to the brig? Hear him out. He is the least honest about his dishonesty. A message from London. My gracious employer has grave concerns about your guests down in the hold, Captain, and the course to which you are now committed. Blood will spill before this voyage is over, but it needn't be yours. Jersville produces a small vial, crystal. The blood is red, redder than normal blood, almost glowing with vitality. Here is a more bitter vintage. When the time comes, I urge you to choose wisely. A favor from on high is rarely a poor investment. And I'm just gonna leave. Alright, Visage, that's that town, yeah. That's a pretty interesting one, too. Shame. Okay. How did I lose so much fuel? Oh, right, I never bought it after I spent it on those two events. Yeah. Red, as blood tends to be, but redder, deeper, alive. Okay. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. The water is sluggish with height-fall threads. Violet vegetables with bulks break the surface. Mycologia. There trembles, a breath of change passes. You know, if there's an underwater map, I would actually be filling that in now, but there isn't, so joy. Oh, I really should have, well, hopefully I don't need to, I'm good, I think. I'll, I probably should swap off the, okay, that's the end of a, I don't know if this is worse or, better for fuel efficiency. Nope. 18 damage, okay. I'm still alive, and, yeah. Another thing to stop by on the way back. Oh, right, that's the prison. And that's another shark. Okay. And that's the settlement then, okay. I did not get enough fuel for this. Like, do I have? Yeah, I do have the fuel efficiency guy out. No, wait. It only wants me to do that at port. Which, right, realize that's, gonna want to spend a lot of my secrets here. Just gotta pump it up. Probably should have turned that off far sooner. We hear the voices that will not be drowned. This is the sea of voices. We are close to Pythream, where nothing is truly dead. Something to go back to. Okay. Unfortunate how much terror I'm going to be generating, but it's probably fine. Right? It's fine. we enter storm bones. Saint Aloysius sends his fire to dance in the air. On deck, very far away, we see the great light of the Raggedy Crow. I don't know, was I muted when I read this? Not sure. I'll read it again though, just on the safe side. Okay. Polytheme, I think, has fuel, so... Or at least that place does, so... Oh, no. Aren't I still, like, banished from London anyway? Because of, Journal favors... Yeah, pick someone up. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I think that's, yeah. I really wish this thing didn't pause the sailing. Boom. Service at Avid Horizon. As soon as you dock, Mr. Saxon lumbers ashore. Has been preparing for this, plunging a hand into his cloak. It removes a handful of ammonia-scented snow, places it on the ground, and adds another on top. Into this one it presses the teeth and the hair from the small box. Potential substance, only one thing needs to be added. As in the tales of the gnome and the crimson beast of winter awaits impatiently for you to bribe it. Okay, this feels like it can fuck me over, but at the same time I feel like this is like most likely to fuck me over. I mean, this is like the whole Eldritch Dark Core shit, so like either you pull a fast one on the Dark Horror, or you just be straight with the Dark Horror and don't get fucked over. Or you try and be smart with the Dark Horror and get fucked over. But at the same time, you might have to be smart to get away from the Dark Horror, or being straight with the Dark Horror fucks you over. I'll do it. Give your blood a few drops should suffice. The essence of life. You nick your hand with a blade and hold it above the frozen mound. A drop wells up and falls, more follow. They fizz in the Larcy, which softens and melts into a puddle of snow, a puddle from which a hand emerges, then a head, then another hand, stretching as it clambers up from nowhere, the shape of a child, its skin glistening white with snow rippled with red. You reach out a hand, the child grips it with the chill of frostbite. Its legs finally form from the last of the Larcy, and it falls to its new knees, shivering and looking around in confusion. One of your sailors hurries over with a warm blanket. Another smacks his idiot head. Mr. Sachs stares down at the creature, which shivers and hugs itself. Inadequate, Seth says again, striding into the sealed gate. It rests its gloved hand against it, basking in the chair, in the chill. The whispers of the place too cold for gods. Refreshing. Dispose of the mongrel as you see fit. Your service is done. Be gone before I change my mind. Something new will shortly appear in your lodgings. Okay. Gather intelligence. Did I last time say I'm not going to read it? Explore along the shoreline. What can be found on this bleak beach? 3 supplies, 1 eyeless skull, 1 empty mirror catch box, and 1 outlandish artifact. A ragged tent flaps in the freezing wind. Ice-encrusted bones lie trembling at the flap. Someone came here to be forgotten. Approach the snow child. It carries from the crimson beast. Its snow is still settling. It looks up to you, frightened and shivering for reasons that you have nothing to do with cold. Your blood streaks through its eyes. Are you taking me home now? Ask the snow child about home. It remembers a life on the streets of London. A distant memory. London, yes, I wanted to play on the rooftops, but it's made its mother cry. She cries a lot, but she says it's not my fault. She'll be worried. Wait, you're not a devil, are you? Mother says to look out for devils. Gives you a suspicious sniff. No, no icky smell. You can take me back, right? I always want to go sailing. The snow child looks up at you. Won't take up much room. It could do with a name, though. At least until remembers if it used to have one. Loki, hardly a frost giant, but perhaps when it grows. Loki smirks. That is my name. You reach out to take its cold hand in yours, leaving the crimson beast behind. Okay. Hold. I say. That is unsurprising. Though admittedly, it's not the, Oh. Okay. I mean, that checks out, right? Okay, still need that. Yeah, okay. Turn off that light. And, there's no fuel there, but food. I'll, risk that, little port, underwater port. And hopefully just not go underwater and immediately find a giant monster there. So I do have plenty of, supplies to turn into, Okay, I'm not gonna lie, probably should go this way, but we'll do it. We'll do it this way. We'll take the risk. I probably should have done the other thing for like a better ending to that one, but we'll see. We'll see. Winter Stormbones, Saint Eligius sends his fire to dance in the air. On deck far away, on the deck very far away, we see the great light of the Raggedy Crow. Hold on. Sorry, I wanted to check because I saw, well, wiki, delving. That the tireless mechanic has a quest that required a mirror catch box. Dock. Shops, please, now. The Honor Crow. A deep, well-lit cavern, thick with a fungal smoke and cave moths. Far above, a lighthouse fire burns. The scent of it is curiously medicinal. It clouds your head and burns your lungs. Farther into the fog, you make out labored breathing. A symbol of port report. It's little more than a cave and a lighthouse fire. Be it the Admiralty appreciates thoroughness. A thorough survey of moths and fire. A ramshackled array of pulleys allow the Undercrow's reclusive resident to feed the fire above. The hereby smoke of the fungal fire has preservation qualities, but dusts everything in a fine gray deposit. Meanwhile, the fire distracts the more aggressive moths and warns ships far above. All is well as it can be expected. Approach the voice from the fog. Here at last the frog voice croaks. Come closer. The incomparable Aurelian rolls his eyes, but advances nonetheless. An almost dead man. Your passenger gazes impassively at a bulbous figure, whispering quietly. As the fog parts, you can make out milky eyes and a toothless grimace. No tomb colonist ever looked as ancient or unwell as the almost dead man before you. Gray, bloated, and nearly embalmed by the fungal smoke. It's difficult to tell where his skin ends and the stone bed beneath him begins. His breath is shallow, but his bare chest heaves to a different rhythm. A shape crawls beneath his ribs, but disappears and the man lets out a gassy sigh. Allow me to introduce you, madame, the incurable Aurelian says, slipping you a modest payment. This is Lorenzo, my erstwhile mentor and host to the Modest Moth. Entertain a dying man's last request. Your submarine, the almost dead man wheezes. Entertain a dying man's last request. Deliver farewells. Mortality has a way of finding us in the end. The almost dead man wheezes to himself, dislodging a cloud of cave moths. The incomparable Aurelian spares them only a disappointed glance. I must set my affairs in order. I owe that much to my successor. He waves a withered hand feebly. It's not clear whether the gesture suggests the companion at his bedside, or the one nestled within his ribs. So, madame, Would you help an old man say farewells? There are trespasses to be forgiven. No more than 99. One Z story. Something awaits you. Share tales of the outside with the almost dead man. Ah, madame, he rasps, humor an old man. Tell me of your journeys. The almost dead man is not easy to impress. Although the ruling goggles at your tail, his mentor only gives a grizzled nod. Not bad, he allows. Saw a thing or two myself in my youth. The desert of eyes, the listening desert, the desert of delights, and on the mountainside, with her domes of basalt and porphyry. Intriguing snippet. 3 memories of distant shore for one Z story. How does an almost dead man face his end? Speak to the incurable Aurelian. You catch him between tending to his ailing friend and preserving an unwise, bold cave moth. A true collector appreciates patience. When my master retired here, we both thought it would be his last destination. The Aurelian's eyes take on a sheen of a patient man, approaching a long-delayed payoff. No one has been present at the most moths hatching before. Well, no one who was in condition to remember it afterwards. He spares a hesitant glance over his shoulder at almost dead man. Of course, being by my master's side during his final days is a necessary part of the process. Deliver a letter of farewell to a springly visionary at Hideaway. He deserved more than I had to give. The almost dead man croaks. Farewell to springly visionary. How did he come to know one of the exiles of Hideaway? No answer is forthcoming, but the old man displays a broken grin, the old history of foolhardy youths. He confides, who somehow became old men. Okay. So you know what's scarier than being underwater? Being underwater with no lights. Someone has entrusted you with his correspondence at the utmost privacy. Was that wise? Read the farewell letter. Be rid of the farewell letter to Hideaway. Leave the letter untouched. 33% marriage chance? Hell no. Oh, was there underwater when that message popped up? How did I know that's under the horizon? Okay, yeah, no. Southeast, so yeah, that was an underwater settlement, next one. Oh, what was that? A shoal of fish passes by the porthole. The pale lamplight reveals the midnight iridescence of their scales. A husk juts from the seabed, discarded when its owner outgrew it. An abyss, a chasm gapes below your submarine, descending into unknown fathoms. The mouth of the abyss slips back into the gloom. Ow. God damn it. Oh, there it is. Okay. That might go all the way to Demax Island, but doubt. Big doubt. Temperature changes abruptly. Your husband complains about goosebumps. Discovered too hot. 50 fragments obtained. Nope. 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 Desperate measures. Burn 2 for 1. And just drift into that. Doubt. Drownies built a copy of London as it never was. A cathedral and houses and fields of flowers all underwater. The water is cool and luminous, and at the same time it is breathable air. Simple port report. An almost impossible challenge. Gather information for the Admiralty. Stay a while. Ask a drownie for the latest news about. Town is thriving and full of events. Pardon me. The weather has been dismal lately, and hardly a single wreck since St. Aegis' day, and then it was only a little yacht with a few sailors aboard, and 2 of those were able to swim to shore, and didn't come to Duat at all. We just have to hope for the spell to break. Wander, look, make no comments. You're only here as a visitor. You don't need a place to stay. Dahat, city of peace. Water and air are the same thing here. A betrayal of nature or a truce between opposites. Swim up the side of the cathedral if you like, and peer in its rose windows. You won't be able to make out anything inside. Breathe deep, fill your lungs with a substance cooler and more cleansing than ordinary air. Walk in the gardens with the fish around your knees. Do not ask questions about the king of this place. Those will go on unanswered. Okay, shops. Fuel. Hit me up with that shit. Just buy. Oh, really? Won't sell me any? Wait, what the hell is in my hole? 7 mushroom wine? Okay. You guys don't want to buy mushroom wine? Fair. Fair enough. Yeah, that's probably the right amount. Okay, yeah. Port report, I guess. Known truths. The more you look, the more you see that you are perhaps not intended to. The cathedral's crypt is a prison. The graveyard is larger than it looks, and the bones are not all buried. The border between the breathable water and the dangerous water is not marked clearly. Some have drowned in crossing over, leaving their possessions scattered on the Z floor. The hot enthrallment 0 failed in the challenge. Try again and you may have better luck next time. The hot clarity. Just obey. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna lose a supply here. Discovered forlorn. We hear the voices of those that will not be drowned. This is the sea of voices. We are close to Polythene, where nothing is truly dead. Commingle, obey, forlorn, restless nights. And the watchers of the night, you pant softly past the hatch of a crew quarters. A man cries out softly in his sleep. Desperately another. Inquire about their dreams, and the next morning, what did they see? Eyes and a face. The hole beneath lit up like a snuffer mask. There's something in the roof, Captain. It is the roof. It's watching us. Eyes and a face. Eyes and a face. Yes, you say softly as you lay your hand on the sailors burning for it. There are storms in the roof. Hush, we won't join them yet. Video settings, UI scale, minimal, set. God, that's too small. And I honestly wish there was a button just to make the UI disappear. Endure, okay. Polytheme. Tacturn Clayman. Tacturn Clayman, evasive, clothed colonies, walking like humans, cobbles that groan underfoot on the hill above, a palace villa of marble, but even the wraiths like buried bones in an earthquake. Okay. Gather intelligence. What news from Parthame? What lives? The king with 100 hearts rules from his palace above the city. He is never seen. He makes no treaties with other lands. But there's unrest in the air. The claymen you speak to are obedient and humble, but they speak nervously of those who are not. The main, the rebellious, the unfinished. I check, we are clay. Excellent. George from side, staff out. I think I need 2 excellent. Hold on, that's a, does increase engine power, which is supposedly unfortunate, but surely drink beer with what? Drink beer that wails from cups that sob, if you like that sort of thing. An uneasy respite. Under the circumstance, your crew might have been happier. Okay. Carry Clayman to London. Are they passengers or cargo? They're certainly the easiest passengers imaginable, unless one turns out to be an unfinished man. Yeah, it's like we just, got rid of those 3 dudes, so, yeah. We will only work. This trio of Cray Stokers will reduce crew requirements, but also crew capacity, and will slightly increase engine power. They are fitted to an auxiliary slot. When they are not in use, they will stand patiently, hands by their side, flat gray eyes unreadable. One will say sometimes, I like it when it's quiet. Plus 5 iron too, so yeah. Nice. Okay, okay. The Sea of Lilies, there's a prison here, guarded by not oracles. An obstruction prevents you from diving. Seek clear waters. Oh. Scrimshander. That was an achievement too, so yay. Entering Shimshander. Before you looms the bone tower of Shimshander, the city of remembrance. Ivory structures just from the pile, supported by muttering tusks. As your light plays across them, you can make out inscriptions, names, pictures, and dozens of lost languages. The largest ones carry a warning. All are welcome to enter, but none may depart without leaving something of themselves behind. Accept the price and dock. A drowning floats before the docking gate of Bone Cathedral. She wails a cow and carries a sumerial key carved from a femur. At your approach, she sings a psalm reading. Soldier, scholar, servant of art, history welcomes without toll. But be warned, here you depart, none who enter escape whole. Not yet. Leave history for the scholars. The present is far more interesting at the moment. No shops? Oh, shit. Really? Hold on. Is that because I have a... They don't take up. Those do take up. Oh, okay. Monster Solid, yeah. Listen, this is absolutely cheating, but... This is, yeah. Okay. Good. Actually, I'm gonna visit there. Wisdom. The prison walls are precariously steep. Hand over a prisoner. Exchange a secret for a prisoner. Compile port report. Ransom a prisoner. Rescue a prisoner. Compile port report. Watch the comings and goings. Not so many goings. Ships for Khanite are most common, but you see Clanite vessels, Polythemian trimeans, with chains and sulky and finished men, corsairs disposing of their miscreants, even one fruitive Ireme skiff. The wardens pay them well for their prisoners. Oh no, we will pay you. Their conscience fellow says we can always find a use for another pair of hands. We get lonely, you know. Lonely. Change the secret for a prisoner, ransom a prisoner. Wisdom will release prisoners on payment of an eye-watering high redemption fee. It's not entirely clear whether this constitutes bribery or a legal instance of Congenian mercy. 3,000 echoes. Rescue a prisoner. Scale the walls. Enter through the outflow pipes. Evade the guards. Secure your rescue. E without raising any alarms. Don't get eaten by giant toads. You crew 4. Okay. Raycan Shoto is up there, so... The question, if I go this low with 2 crew, does that question mark turn into a question mark and start at like a period instead normally? Okay. Blood on the wind. Okay. Cool. That's a bit annoying, ain't it? Hello, eel. I see thee. Port Cecil. A soulless silver glow. A haven for players of games. Okay. Give me the fuel. Rumble of convolution of coral fills the water, glimmering with silvery light. The harder you look, the more you see shapes among the chaos, almost as if they were sculpted. This one could be a criminal castle, and that one a horse's head. A neat little port huddles into the side of Coral Island. Parasec imperial docks and houses tucked away in a barrack organic chaos. And that curious silver light among the frozen chaos of coral, the scene has an unreal air of a pencil sketch, crumpled and discarded. Okay. Refuse? No. Chess? Okay. Explore the not. Coronal. Gather intelligence. Fleming now. Sell your Gather intelligence. What happens here? Chess, dreams, silver light. The older inhabitants of Port Cecil carry coral incrustations like a disease. Spotched with silvery light, they are likely to go up into the limestone heights behind the harbor to lay their heads against the pillars and towers, stare at the roof beneath, dream open-eyed. Sometimes they speak of things far away, the Connites' work, the smuggler wars, the Thath and King's secrets. Perhaps it's not all invented. Oh, just 100%. Chess is popular in the principles. The port is full of exiles, drunks, and washed-up sea traders. They all play, often obsessively. Be careful, the chess pieces are carved from Switzerland. Here in the principles, that can be very dangerous. A disciplined success. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. That one has a secret desire for revenge against the slayer of its ranked mate. This will not be a queen one day. Those would do better as metal. You taste the metal, you ignore these thoughts, and you move methodically to a victory over your opponent. And he blinks. Checkmate? He asks helplessly. Oh. Okay. Where's the, mirrors, pages, arts, mirrors, pages. No. 100% again. One more game. You don't know how long you've been playing. You won a match, another. The rough coral tips of the chess pieces are smeared with blood. Yours, your opponent's. But you have begun to realize that your moves recapitulate the movements of the powers underneath. The flukes and the shapelings. The bazaar that looks in London. Mount Nomad that prowls the sea. Salt stone storm. With every move you take, the shape of it becomes clearer in your mind and sharper. Checkmate, you say. One more game? Your first officer is tugging at your arm. Ignore them. You have chess to play. 53% immediately after. Okay. Is this the gnomic Gallivant in his revolutionary scheme? There's a door carved in the carillionated castle. The Gallivant holds a gladly wrapped package in his arms. A long string tails out of it. This is it, madame. Steel yourself and get the door for me, please. The right person, place, and time. Beyond the door is a long hall of chess tables. A dark man from the past right sits alone in the center of the room, playing against himself. The Gallivant pulls the package string. 1,000 years is more than enough, don't you think? He tosses it into the room before slamming the door. An explosion knocks it from the hinges, crashing between you both. You peek into the room. The man is dead, as any of the pieces. Your information from the common canal quality is gone. You have one vital intelligence. The mortal man is dead. The gnomic Gallivant dusts off its suit. So ends 1,000 years. One last appointment now, in King Eater's castle. Time is a cage, our anxious to get there as swiftly as you allow. Agree to deliver him to King Eater's castle. You have already come this far together. See it through to the end. The gnomic Gallivant embraces you like a comrade. Absolutely delightful. You have helped my master pen a happier history for us all. I'll be sure to tell him of your assistance when we reach the castle. Okay, no. Yeah, there's shops, yeah, to story hold. Journal, whatever. I think there's one more thing on the right side here along the wreckage. Oh, okay. Oh, there's also another ship there. Neat. Honestly, this seems kind of horrifying underwater from what it appears. Shit. You saved injured sailors, but the ship has suffered terribly. We approach the Empire of Hands. Let's clasp our souls tight. The petticoats apes take them from us. I am not here. A belch of smoke goes up the funnel. Really? Oh, here it is. Never mind. That's not the, A floating strand of web caresses your face. The air hints at spiders. Okay. Savior's Rock. This feels sketch as hell, going underneath this. Like, this is Restless Nights, okay. Succeeded. I, Okay, I wish to leave. Pardon me. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Interesting. The hungry dead. Your cook is outraged. One of the tomb colonists has woken from his coffin rest and found his way to the stores. When the cook came across him, he had consumed a half wheel of cheese and an alarming quantity of sweat. Return him to the hold. Perhaps he'll stay put this time. Expediting all the way. If he had provided me with more quarters, if the ship did not pinch so abominably, a man grows bored, you know. Death is deathly dull, and so forth and so forth. It is a relief when the coffin lid closes, if only you can nail it shut. And now we enter the preliminaries. There's a wild, glorious scent in the air, a kind of light. Why do sailors fear this place? Far off, very far off, someone screams. Discovers Cobb's Way. Discovered Esteville. Esteville sun, a great beam of sunlight bathes the island. Squint into the dazzle. Far above, there's a hole in the roof. In the light, you see beaches of white gold sand, trees heavy with bright fruit, the reds and blues and greens of the surface. Seek the Iron and Misery Company prototype. Company prototype component. Kind of near points. There, the black rocks on the south side of the island, where nothing grows. We'll need the labor and supplies to dig it out. This will consume supplies, but not the crew. Investigate the ruins. Fill a mirror catch box. Is this really sunlight? Then open the box wide. Let it brim. Warning, this may increase your wounds. Gather supplies. Go beat combing. Compile port report. Write fast the light scars. A burning after image. Your eyes water. The pages blur. The report is one of joy-filled complaint. Esteville has a beauty too bright to be appreciated. But perhaps their admiralty can find something of use. I got screwed over, whatever. Investigate the ruins. There is some sort of installation here, and what looks like a handsome country house. Who was here and what happened to them? Redbirds singing, a garden overgrown with berry bushes, a wooden dress table set for a meal, chairs strewn with bones, a half-dozen skeletons. A red-breasted bird perches on a grinning cranium. It cocks an eye at you and bursts in song, a liquid, thrilling sound. It seems unperturbed as you approach to poke through the bones. No signs of violence, no fire, no bullets, no bites. These people died peacefully, sitting down to breakfast as the surface light spilled over them. Sunlight can kill at any time. The longer you remain here, the more danger you're in. So why did they stay? Perhaps they stayed because Estival is beautiful as anywhere in the Neath, and 10 times as generous. It's a fine place for a colony. You could found your own pocket kingdom if you could do something about the sun. But what has power over sunlight? What makes the impossible possible? Re. Alright, let's see what nonsense is down here. Alright, it's a static place down here. King Eater's Castle. Which is oh dear. Absolutely oh dear. I got away with that. It's fine. It's all fine. Okay. King Eater's Castle. This is her end, but honestly, I'm gonna do that. Lose your mind. Do not do this. Eat your crew. Offer your stories, all of them. Compile report reports. Silence, desolation, the sense of an impending and terrible mistake. Everything is horrible. It is not really an appropriate title for a formal report, is it? Let's find something a little more clinical. The sixth witness, a woman in rags, stands on the battlement staring to the east. Startled by your approach, I am sorry, I didn't expect anyone else to be here. Sit with me. No, do not look east. I only dare because I know I will see nothing. Like the 5 before me, it is my first time at Z. We do not get out much, but you must have traveled far to the end up here. Tell me your stories. You barely begin before she interrupts. How about the Nat Pole? They say they say there they see the future. If you go, you can ask with the 7th witness. I will happily give you my life to prepare the ground, but to know would be the greatest of honors. Okay. Enact a burning faith. Which god holds sway here? Storm, salt, stone, salt. Perhaps no god that is elsewhere named. But if you feed it, it will calm your mind. A red and roaring light. At King Ear's castle one finds unexpected words rising easily to the lips. You speak them, and so do your sailors, as they build the offering pyre. The heart is Destiny's engine. The bosun mumbles. He looks embarrassed. We shall all return. You find yourself reply. You light the pyre and stand back. The flames warm you. Warm your crew. The light plays on your faces and at your outstretched hands. The darkness shrinks back, and crackling of the flames is the sound of home. Can I do that again? Yes, I can do that again. This feels... Okay, I need more than 50. I'm doing this mostly because of... She gives out, like, a ton of supplies and stuff. Stand at the altar with a gnomic galleon. He has poured one of his rubies and is sprinkling it into a vial of wine. It is time, madame. A man out of time. He drowns the vial and begs your pardon. Before you can ask for what he been in a violent coughing fit. You kneel beside him. His eyes are wide but unseeing. His limbs trembling. He retches. His teeth are stained vivid red. Master Borden, he croaks. It is done. The College of Mortality is one less. We had help. A London captain. He pauses, listening. You hear nothing, but the Gavian smiles. Oh, that's very just. Is there anything? Yes, I will anticipate them. The Gavian blinks and laughs. He grins at you, his tongue clearing the red from his teeth. My master is a man guided by his principles. Liberty, equality, eternity. If his plans are achieved, you will be among the first to receive immortality. I hope we meet again, then. A promise of liberty. Okay. Allow the gal engineer to, go to shore. There, she rises on her feet Allow the gal-eyed engineer to go ashore. This is the place, please, Captain. My time is close. There, she rises on her feet like a dancer and darts towards the shadowed altar. Oh, so much. I see so much red roses here. Look here. The dawn is bleeding. The stars are hungry. East it went east. When it was done, there are drums beneath my feet. Look where I rise. Look when I'm gone. Oh, these colors, my heart, my heart. She collapses with a jubilant buzz. A cloud of red wasps bursts from her. Circle once and rise, disappear among the shadows of the column. Tops high above you hear an answering buzz. When she indicates roses, you find a cache of fuel buried beneath the bones of sacrifice. When she spoke of drums, you find a connaught religious treasure beneath a stone. World stones, ivory cups, a hand drum of shells. The sailors carry her corpse back to the ship. You spare a single glance for the ruined rags of her face. It's enough to see that she died smiling. Okay. No shops, of course. Yeah. I'll switch back to you. Chief engineer. Okay. Let's go. No, if it wouldn't, in the run, I kind of want to go east. Not gonna lie, just sail right there and probably die. But for now, I shall hug the bottom coast, I guess. Or, alright, I never visited Visage or the mushrooms, so... Huh. Not sure if there's actually anything in this corner left. No, just to remember. Learning about... Take a clay man and an empty mirror catch box to the Hunter's Keep. Yeah, that's one of the things I wanted. Okay, I'm basically gonna go here, go north, grab that, stop at Polythene, get the things, go here. Actually, what? I pulled a sneaky. Venos Rift. Really? I'm looking for islands, I'm looking for a port. A buttery blue with light on the horizon. You approach first the mirrored city. There are no islands within Z-Bat's range. Okay. I'm just going to stop here, grab the port report, and leave. This is a whole thing on itself, and I don't have anything I want to do when I go here. The mirrored city ends Chloe's tone down the details of the light and its brilliance. You don't want to inspire envy in the Admiralty's staff. Certainly an interesting zone, but yeah. I'm gonna head north now. Oh wow, I have not a whole lot of supplies anymore, huh? Not that I have much to worry about with supplies, but you know. Very sure I still have that port report from the Isles out. Not you. Yeah, elf cats. Okay, now the real question is, where do I hide the honey? Or spend the honey? Wait, doesn't the Admiral want some money or something? Hmm. This stage I'm going to stop at and grab the port report and then move on. It's an interesting place, but fairly time consuming from my understand. Oh, okay. Rose Gate. Excellent, excellent. Dock. Rose Gate. It's not so much a port as a shop with a dock. Buy fuel. Okay, story, Rose Gate. It's not so much as a port as a shop with a dock. Colored ceiling lights shine onto display cases, lining the walls. A large shop counter dominates the room. Cigars, ashtrays, guillotines, matches, and carved boxes are all for sale. Each step here transports you into a new realm. At one moment, the heady aroma of summer flowers, then the earthy fog of fungus, the bitter warmth of morning coffee, the sickening sweet of sweet and night honey. Witness a reunion. Sample a high-quality cigar. Take a pamphlet. Neatly printed Stories of the shop are stacked high on the display cases, and notice encourages visitors to take one. Self-published Pabloites, whatever. The pamphlet describes Rosegate as a cigar shop with a factory on the upper floor. True. Here they produce and sell an unparalleled variety of cigars. Also true. The tobacconist is described as the world-renowned figure, respected for his dedication to his craft and the brilliance of his creative vision. The pamphlet boasts that his genius will forever alter the tobacconist art. Well, that remains to be proven. Witness a reunion. The crouchy tobacconist bends over the shop counter, annotating a large sheet of paper. He glances up at the dogged printings and bites down on a cigar. His face is blackened with soot. Last batch blew up on me. Welcome back. So hold on, is that one of the, not Giant Pole, maybe, yeah, Rosegate. Okay. Sure. A man's hope. The crotchety tobacconist reaches across the counter to shake your hand. Our patron has forsaken us. He only entrusted in his product to the south. He left my apprentice to starve, and he hasn't arranged a delivery of the material I require. I've run out of rubies to try to convince him otherwise, which makes your intervention all the more proper, is this? He puffs a great ring of smoke into the air above your head. It takes several moments for the halo to disperse. Madame, we're on the verge of a tremendous breakthrough. I'm about to create something beautiful, something noble, a cigar which will burn underwater. I think I finally found the right mixture. He taps the sheet on his counter. It is covered in incomprehensible scrawling equations beyond the mathematical. 3 flavors, something robust, something bitter, and something luxurious. Once I have them all, I can finally complete it. An occurrence. Your Rosegate, the tobacconist impatient, quality is now won. He won't wait forever. Cultivate a robust flavor, the taste of kettle steam. Cultivate a bitter flavor, the taste of mild coffee. Cultivate the lustrous flavor, the taste of stale pastry. The crotchety tobacconist would like to aid you in the creation of his underwater cigar. Sample a high-quality cigar. A rosewood box full of cigars sit on the counter. They smell beeswax. Sure. Lost 3 terror. The crotchety tobacconist cuts you a cigar and lights it. You draw slowly. Your mouth fills with a flavored fog, heavy on the tongue like honeyed liquor. The tobacconist smiles. Your mouth will start to burn soon. Tolerate it? It's a transition phase before something rather refreshing. See what I mean? Just told. The crotchety tobacconist has a dream to create a cigar which can be smoked underwater, and with your help, might come true. Straightforward challenge, and straightforward challenge. The crotchety tobacconist mutters to himself while fussing with his notes. Occasionally he glances over his shoulder to the stairs rummaging up the side of his shop. They ascend to a room marked workshop. The crotchety, laboring for the robust flavor. The crotchety tobacconist glowers at the rumbling crate. We need to lift this thing all up the stairs. Help us get it up there, won't you? The labored step at a time. 3 of you carry the crate up the stairs. The apprentice takes the heavy breaths. The tobacconist swears so often you're uncertain if he breathes at all. Eventually you make it to the workshop and chain the cargo into the corner. You unfinish what? The tobacconist half stretching his back. We've got you now. Success. Extracting the what? Okay. Everything else is 100%. extracting the robust flavor. Delicate workshop tools won't... Oh, it's locked. Need 2 ambiguous life. Stroking the inspiration for the lusket. Also locked, okay. Need 3 romantic literature, and I need unread log, okay. I am done here now. Shop. Fuel, okay. Rose gauge, yeah, nothing. You have 1, okay. Bye. No, unfortunately, that one's going south. Mostly unfortunate because... Oh. The false stars are fail, amber, like tiger's eyes. Really? Gonna do me like that? Message, hide your face, hide all your faces. This is the port of Visage, where faces may not be naked, except one. A stone monument the size of a village church, serenely grazing upwards, flourishing of years. A wandering person. He glances nervously back at the face now, but his handshake is strong. He seeks passage to the Church of Low Bonnet, beneath the Z just outside London. His suit is well tailored for an itinerant preacher. His cufflinks wink with sapphires. Offer passage for money. Even men of cloth take up cargo space. Offer passage for knowledge. People like to confide in parsons. What can he confide in you? Offer passage for a blessing. You may regard him with a skeptical eye, but sailors appreciate a bit of ceremony. Knowledge. Small confession. He gives you a knowing smile. You travel to learn as well as to trade, madame. I myself am studying the religions of the undersea. By extracting the most admirable element of each, I mean to construct a modern, superior faith. I understand the value, the spiritual value, of course, of hidden knowledge. Once on board, he insists you find a quiet cabin and whispers one of the secrets he learned in your ear. Now that is interesting. Does he actually take up? Okay, now. Shop, story, yeah, Visage, go ashore. Great port report. You can at least interview those who are leaving. That will have to do. A departing merchant gives you a confused account of crocodiles and honey cakes, and something about ear blockage. To this you add your own impression about the street layout close to the port and the types of commerce here. When the lights are especially bright, it is possible to make out the details of the profile of that great stone face. There's nothing available to you? Okay. I'm gonna end here and do the Visage part next time, so this recording shall end, but the stream will go on. So, time for the shill shit for the recording. Anyway. This has become more of a problem than I thought I ever could be with this amount of crew. But shill shit time. Like, comment, subscribe, YouTube. Follow my Twitter, follow my Twitch, and night all.